Um, you know, as many of you may know, President Obama unveiled the national space policy this last week. And NASA is a part of the president's larger strategy, which involves many agencies, to revive our investment in research and development. And it makes the U.S. once again a technical innovator that inspires younger generations to pursue technical careers because they want to make a difference and contribute to our national goals. This will mean for us focusing on technologies that the aerospace field has wanted for years, but that we weren't able to invest in because we were always too busy launching the next rocket instead of having a chance to step back and look at things from a larger perspective. That's one of the things the President has given us, perspective. While NASA does amazing things every day, and I like to tell people we do risky stuff every day, and I'm very proud of that. My NASA family members are also very proud of it. We are probably the only agency in the government, other than maybe the Department of Defense, that every single day does really, really, really risky, dangerous stuff. We do it incredibly well. Everybody who's a part of it understands what is at stake, and everybody takes it seriously, and I think it's what makes our NASA family so good. You know, one of the things that the President has given us, as I said, is perspective, and while we do these incredibly risky things, it does mean that we are going to have controversy as we go forward. How we can let the commercial sector, for example, take over areas of our work where they are able and allow NASA to focus on developing the technologies that people have been talking about for some time, the things we'll really need if we want to go into space, into the types of space missions we want to do in the future. New propulsion systems, for instance, to get us to our destinations faster and mitigate some of the human health issues in deep space, such as the radiation hazard. Precision landing, so we can realistically look at safely landing humans or robots on asteroids or other planetary bodies. Inflatable habitats and closed-loop life support, and the ability to use the resources at our destinations to make long-term habitation feasible. These are just a handful of the things the President and NASA is talking about when we use terms like flagship technology demonstrations, game-changing technology, and cross-cutting technology. We want our research and development to focus on technologies that will lead the way for a wide range of missions, be broadly applicable, and really change the way we think about our space missions and what is possible. The President has laid out a very forward-looking budget for us, and subject to congressional approval of that proposal, the Glenn Research Center stands to benefit quite a bit. Glenn has a rich history of exemplary leadership and performance in support of the agency's mission. Glenn is a unique NASA center with demonstrated capability in the development of spaceflight hardware, aerospace power, propulsion, advanced communications, human systems research, International Space Station research, and aeronautics research and development. These core strengths and capabilities position Glenn well for future NASA missions and also make it a significant contributor to the overall national priority the President has set for research and development. Glenn has always been an R&D leader, and we're going to make great use of that history and bench strength. Under the President's proposal, the center will get program management of one of our key areas, the Exploration Technology Development and Demonstration Program. You'll hear guys out here talk about ETDD because we always like to use acronyms, but you'll know that it's Exploration Technology Development and Demonstration Program. This important program area will manage $223 million in fiscal year 2011 and $1.8 billion over the next 5 years to mature key exploration technologies through laboratory, ground, and flight tests. Initial projects are likely to focus on high-power electric propulsion, autonomous precision landing, in-situ resource utilization, human robotic systems, including operating robots from orbit, and fission surface power systems. Each of these areas will be essential if we are truly to break the bonds of low Earth orbit and carry out the kinds of missions of which we have dreamed for years. The breakthroughs we make in these areas will not be just for one particular mission, but will be used and adapted across a wide spectrum of activities. If the new budget is approved, we'll also create a Space Technology Research Grants Program Office at Glenn to manage $70 million in fiscal year 2011 and $350 million over 5 years to support foundational research and graduate studies in key aeronautics-related disciplines. The program is designed to meet the future space science and exploration needs of NASA, as well as those of other government agencies and the commercial space sector through technological innovation. This portfolio focuses on foundational research in advanced space systems and technology that will carry out in collaboration with academia, a broad range of NASA field centers, our international partners, and with the option of including small business and industry partners. The fiscal year 2011 budget also increases research activities in green aviation and next-generation air transportation system, or NextGen as some of you may know it. This focus builds on Glenn's long-standing experience in this area. Overall, our plan is for aeronautics to get an increase of $300 million, or about 15%, over the next 4 years. There's not a lot of controversy about this, and ultimately, the American flyer, all of us, will benefit from safer, cleaner, and more efficient air travel. Aero work at Glenn is also planned to include integration of unmanned aircraft systems into the national airspace. Research plans are also currently being developed that include design and feasibility studies, high-fidelity simulations, flight demonstrations, design competitions, and prize challenges that seek technological solutions to current and future challenges in green aviation, air traffic management, and aviation safety. The FAA has the lead in NextGen, but NASA has a key role in technology development and demonstration as it has for decades. Similar to what we want to do with space exploration, we will develop capabilities we don't have today, but that everyone agrees we need. We're working with many partners, both here and internationally, on these aeronautics challenges. Our partners include academia, industry and government, and also to include small businesses. We're exploring early-stage ideas, developing new operations and safety technologies, and demonstrating the potential of promising new vehicles. There are technical challenges, and there are challenges that come from a whole new way of doing business, such as acquisition strategy and procurement policies and practices. We'll be looking at them all. Critical areas such as aircraft icing, complex human automation interactions, and data mining tools that can help airlines to better understand and assess fleet performance and safety are just a few of the items on our plate. What we're looking at is a whole new day for air travel, new types of vehicles and new ways for how they move in our system and how we relate to them. For me, it's very exciting, and for the rest of our NASA family, it's very exciting, and something that the average citizen can relate to. So Glenn's historic connection to aeronautics will almost certainly continue and be strengthened. In addition to these proposed assignments, it should be noted that building on its expertise in power systems, we recently assigned Glenn the lead role for the Radioisotope Power Systems Program. Under this program, Glenn will lead the development of power systems that will get our future science missions to outer planets. In addition, there's a potential for Glenn to support NASA's science missions by providing technology for advanced in-space propulsion and advanced communication systems. As I'm sure you know, the President's new direction has generated quite a bit of discussion since it was unveiled February 1st. There's still a long way to go, and we continue to work. But on June 29th, the House Appropriations Subcommittee on Commerce, Justice, Science, and Related Agencies reported out their fiscal year 2011 bill. Overall, the news was good. The subcommittee endorsed full funding at the NASA request of $19 billion for fiscal year 11. The committee did fence all exploration funds, with the exception of $306 million for commercial cargo, quote, subject to enactment of legislation authorizing human spaceflight activities in 2011, unquote. Exploration is obviously where the greatest discussion is still going on. But the increase for our Earth science missions, for aeronautics, and for other science missions and for education, there's a wide consensus on all these priorities.